You are out of breath.
There was a small... I set all the gear up, motherfucker. And then just when I sat down, you're like, oh, I knocked it off the shelf.
So Dylan just sat down. As soon as he said, the less potent it'll be for you. And if you if you start drinking coffee like not until you're an adult,
yeah,
that's the effect it has for a lot of people. I don't have that. I could have like a triple shot espresso or something, and I can have like 4 energy drinks.
Yeah,
and it doesn't really do anything. No. If anything, it just makes me bloated because I just bang 4 energy drinks. But apparently you were telling me she just goes buck wild, like she
goes crazy.
She's on cocaine or some shit.
That's what it's like. It's like she's done speed.
And what does she had to drink? Just a standard coffee, 2 sugars kind of deal?
Like last time she did it, she had a drink called a Dirty Dog.
So like a can of energy drink?
She had, 500 mils.
1 can of energy drink made her go like coked out?
Yeah.
I'm so jealous.
And not for a little bit.
What do you mean?
All day.
Really?
And half the night.
That is so...
So she was up till like 4 o'clock in the morning.
I'm so jealous, like that... The fact that you have that in your inventory where you can have that at any time. Like, I don't have anything... Like, so... I was just telling you before, as of today, like, tomorrow I'm 6 months sober.
Yeah.
It's not something that I'm celebrating too hard because it's not really by choice, is it? Like,
no.
I got a forced detox by being in hospital, basically, and then being told I can't do any sort of uppers ever again in my life.
Yeah.
So I don't have anything like that.
Yeah.
That I, and the fact that she can have that feeling from a cup of joe is pretty...
the difference is she doesn't want it.
Yeah,
she
but
doesn't
any time...
like that feeling.
Oh, she doesn't like it?
She hates it.
So she wouldn't like any sort of Class A drug?
No.
Where does mushy... Where's that on the spectrum? Is that a Class B?
I have no clue.
What's weed? Is
C, I think.
Is that the lowest it goes, ABC?
I think so. I don't know much about classes of drugs.
Neither do I, yes.
I mean, I don't do any drugs myself. I mean, like prescription.
Ah, okay.
But I've never imbibed any sort of drugs.
You know what? The thing is, when people hear, I used to be a drug addict, say that one term, immediately people think of like the worst type of drug, like heroin, crack, cocaine, and it's like, no, like the people forget that there's so many prescription drugs that you're given on a silver platter that should be Class A. Yeah. And you can get them easily. Like, I mean, I was getting Oxy like just by the pound. Yeah.
But make a phone call and it's there.
Yeah, you see a lot of these actors, like they when they're going into rehab, a big chunk of them is due to like either sleeping pills. Yeah. Or that's how a lot of these. Isn't that how Heath Ledger and Amy Winehouse and that died? Mac Miller. It was simply taking
drugs.
And just because I think about that a lot when I've got a handful of pills. Yeah. And then I've got to add a few more because a few things are going on, and I've actually got my whole palm is covered in all these colors, and there's a mound of it. Yeah. And you're thinking like, well, should I look up each drug a milligram to see if they interact? And it's not hard to. No. So when I say that I used to be like self-medicating with drugs, like it was everything. Yeah. But a big chunk of it was prescription. Yeah, yeah. It's not hard to get, and it's not hard to take. And but then the problem is when you get addicted to it, it's when people say that they're addicted to like a certain like prescription pill, what they're saying is their body's addicted to it. Yeah. It's not like, oh, I want to stop doing this now, but I really, really want it. No, like as much as you don't want to do it, your body starts like, hey, where's that shit that I used to function on? Yeah. And the body's like, now what do we do? And then your body just shuts down. Yeah. So it makes trying to like get off any drug such a fucking hard task. And it is a big reason why I have struggled the last 6 months. Yeah, yeah. Is the drug withdrawal, because I was, and I was taking a lot at a high. It started back in 2020, and I doubled down every year to the point it was every day. Yeah. I was on something every day. And then so when you take that all of that away, which was my safety net, anytime I'd feel blue, anytime I won't feel any sort of motivation, all that dark like black dog stuff, I'm like a few pills away from going back to normal couch.
Yeah, top it up with some Bacardi and...
Yep, anything really, like whatever will get me to the promised land, like, you know, and I was doing that daily.
Yeah.
And I wasn't telling it, I hid it from everyone.
Yeah.
Because part of me, I think, was ashamed, and a part of me was thinking, I still had that fucking naive, like, sense of I can just stop at any time.
Yeah.
I'll just stop. And then I think I only realized, like, last year sometime where I wanted to stop, you know, like, because I started looking at what I was doing every day, who I was hanging out with was a big one.
Yeah.
Situations that I've been in with, like, patch members and the wrong kind of crowd, like, because you're affiliated with people that are friends with them.
Yeah.
And I was doing it daily. So you take that all away, it's been fucking hard.
Yeah.
And on top of that, I take a plethora of other drugs, which I've, in my experience in the last 6 months, has made it a lot harder, just because they're drugs in general.
Yeah.
Because every drug does something to you.
Yeah.
That's what they're for, right? And
Yeah,
I
exactly.
take... So that's made the withdrawals stretch out.
Yeah.
And then the body is yearning for the stuff I used to take every day.
Yeah.
Plus, I'm taking all these pills over here, and if I try and stop taking those, like, the body immediately is like just shut down. So I have to take them, but they're making life miserable.
Yeah.
They make you exhausted, tired. Nothing's much changed since I saw you last. I've just been in bed every day. And I was talking with our friend Siobhan, and she mentioned that there was a particular, I think it was a beta blocker, like a blood thinner, at the time. And she took it temporarily, and it made her really just lethargic.
Oh, yeah.
Can't get out of bed. Mate.
Yeah.
Well, I take 2 of those twice a day.
Yeah.
So I tried to stop taking them. Next thing you know, the palpitations started. It was about 3 days in.
Yeah.
So what do I do?
Yeah, you got to start taking them again.
Got to start taking them again. You know, so it's... The whole drug thing has been brutal.
Yeah.
So in a way, I'm proud, like, the 6 months sober.
I think you should be proud of that.
I'm proud that I'm alive, and
That's it. There you go.
It's not the pride, because I know that it was forced.
Yeah.
Going into hospital and getting all that bad news.
It's forced for a lot of people, though. You know, I mean, that's what the confrontations are.
But I feel like is it forced because of their will to want to quit so bad? Is that what you mean by force?
No, I mean force, like, what's the thing called when you get a group of people and you confront them? And
an intervention.
Yeah. So some people are forced. Look at old Christopher from Sopranos.
Oh, that's the scene I was thinking about when you said that.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, you killed his dog?
Yeah.
She sat on it while
and
he
they end
slept
up
on it
beating
while
the
he was...
shit out of him.
Yeah. No, I haven't had one of those. I know that
we could arrange it.
No, because it's all done and dusted now. But I just feel like I should. I feel like I don't want to take, like, too much kudos for it, because it was forced. But by being forced to do it, you know, I joke about how the grass isn't exactly greener. No, what it is I am now trying to figure out how to function mentally and physically without the stuff that used to make me function.
But, like, I guess if you think of it this way, like, you've been told by your doctors, probably more than once, if you take even a sip of alcohol, any sort of...
They really ham and ho the alcohol.
Yeah. So let's just focus on that. They've said if you take a sip of alcohol, you know, that'll kill you.
They said put it this way: if you drank alcohol, you'd know.
Yeah.
Like you will feel it.
Your stomach will explode, or your pancreas will explode.
Yeah, and I had a bad one at your house not long ago.
Yeah. But, like, you haven't gone down that path, and that's what you should be proud of, because you know what it's like. I know what it's like. Like, you hear something like that and you think, "There's my way out. There's my easy escape. No one will know it was this." Do you know what I mean? Like, I could get a little bottle, I could scull it down, throw the bottle away, and no one will know I drank it.
That was kind of how life was.
But you know, there's none of this whole horrific scene. It's all just like, do you know what I mean? But you haven't gone down that path. That's what you should be proud of.
Yeah, I had to cut ties of a few people.
Yeah.
So we're still really tight, but like, one of them, I just said, I was like, bro, I can't, like, be around your crib anymore. Like, it's the company you keep. And he knew straight away what, like, It doesn't affect our relationship, but it does mean that I don't see a few people as much as I did, because they're amongst like a very heavy drug using. That's the underbelly of Palmy is drugs. Like, people don't realize, like, gangs and drugs run this fucking town.
Yeah.
And it doesn't take long, like a friend of a friend, and you are amongst it.
Yeah.
And so I had to cut ties with a few people.
Yeah.
But I've just really struggled.
Yeah.
The last and that's a big part of it.
Yeah.
But so that's going back to Kurt. So if I had something that Kirsty has, where I could, if I just drank this bottle of
this little Red Bull,
this Red Bull, I can have that same feeling. Oh man, I wish. I'm so jealous.
Yeah.
Because I keep like sort of grunting sometimes, like, fuck, being sober sucks. I fucking hate it. But it is for the best. I just haven't figured shit out yet. Because that's how my body functioned for years. Was under the influence of something.
Yeah.
So now I'm just trying to figure the fuck out how to live.
And you can't expect it to just overnight.
No.
Like those answers.
Because that's the other problem. I'm very impatient.
Oh yeah.
Because the brain doesn't change. Your mind's still fine. Like, it still wants to do shit.
And your impatience doesn't help with like ADHD and all that shit coming in. But like, you know that path will, like, you'll find that way.
Yeah, well, it's just, you're just lying there day after day after day, like, when's it coming?
Yeah.
You know, like, there has been times where I've fantasized about, like, because when you're feeling really, really down, because these drugs I'm taking, bro, they fuck you up.
Yeah.
But you're damned if you do, damned if you don't.
Oh, fully. Yeah.
You know, like, but one of the major, like, side effects is you become really lethargic and unmotivated. So your dopamine levels go to zero.
Yeah.
Your serotonin gets fucked, and you're physically just exhausted for doing nothing.
Yeah.
You know, but if I stop taking those, then the heart will fuck out.
Yeah.
So every day is just like misery. So
yeah.
But I don't have that go-to to escape anymore.
Yeah.
So that's me trying to, okay, if I don't have that as an option now, how do I carry on?
Yeah.
That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah.
And it's very hard.
Yeah.
It's so hard. Like, every day is just is a absolute battle.
Yeah.
And I feel like I haven't got the blueprint yet to figure out how to live every day.
Yeah.
Just as without any sort of influence in my body.
Yeah.
And brain.
Have you set yourself, like, or have you thought about, I know you talked about daydreaming and shit like that, like ultimately in, like, you know, magic wand shit, I'm talking magic wand shit, like in a year's time from now, if everything went well, in a year's time you want to be doing blah.
Oh yeah, I've always been a goal-oriented person, because it gives you something to work towards.
Yeah.
Like, so then I found that, because I've had a lot of jobs since living in Palmy.
Yeah.
A lot of jobs, from like recruitment officer to retail to travel agent, and, you know, forklift driver, you know, all
sorts.
And, you know, you get stuck in that rat race or that grind where, you know, 7 a.m. start, finish at 5, 6 days a week, come home, dinner, you know, you might fuck the missus tonight, maybe not. And then it's just that. So having goals is like, it's a way to keep you going.
Yeah.
I've always believed in goals, my man. Like, so my best case scenario is, exactly what you said. Like, I have got the, what do you call it? I've got medical clearance to go to the gym.
Yeah.
That's my first goal.
Yeah. Did they, like, the clearance to go to the gym, did they provide you with, like, a script to go to the gym? Because you can get that as well.
I didn't even ask. I believe I'm allowed a Fitbit too, because, like,
probably.
Or they said you need a Fitbit. I didn't even ask if. Yeah. My reaction to that isn't like, oh, can you pay for it?
Yeah.
But I have to. There's certain things I have to, like, I can't. Heart rate can't go above a certain amount. I can't remember the number now. Might be
so you're gonna need
a
PT to help you with, like, here's what you can do to, like, here's a regimen you can do at the gym to, like.
Nah, like, I used to be a PT.
Yeah, I know, but
so I don't need that.
Okay, well then you know what to do.
It's just, but I know how sucky it's going to be.
Yeah.
That first 2 months is gonna, it's gonna be hell.
Yeah.
But I don't have the energy to do that yet. So my first goal, so if you want to mention goals, my first 2 goals is go to the gym and get my eyesight, like, really like figure out some sort of way that we can help this whole blind thing out.
Yeah.
Because I think, who was it? It was a doctor. You know, he went through all my shit that I'm going through, and he recognized straight away. He's like, you've got a long list of things to do.
Yeah.
And all of them are so high priority.
Yeah.
And he goes, do you want to know what I think should be your number one priority? I was like, yeah, help me out, man.
Yeah.
Where do I start? He's like, your eyesight.
Yeah.
He goes, because you now have social anxiety, it's, you know, because when I walk into a room, I don't know what's going on.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't know who's there. Like, I don't know if that's a chair or a fucking jukebox.
Yeah.
You know, like, and it really is just terrifying.
Yeah.
On top of that, it's taken my ability to work because I was a freelance copyright.
Yeah.
But I can't see. I ended up using the 50-inch TV as my monitor.
Yeah.
And even then, I couldn't do it.
Yeah.
So he was saying, if you got your eyesight to a point where you can drive again, you can work again, he goes, you do it, man. Like, what are you doing?
I'm recording something.
Can I have my hat on?
Oh, fuck. I thought...
How do people feel about that? Like, how do you motherfuckers feel about getting just recorded?
You're being recorded on this?
No. Like,
I'm doing it for TikTok.
What I'm saying is, like, do you change? Does it instantly change your demeanor? Because now, like, I'm more like, oh yeah, should I put my hoodie on? Like, I want to put my hoodie on.
No, represent with Warriors, bro.
I'm gonna put my hoodie on. Oh yeah, I like that. The Warriors are playing tonight. Shout out to the Warriors fans. There's a lot of them now.
Yeah, there seems to be.
Because we're winning, motherfuckers.
Came out of the closet.
I'm glad that I stuck around. I stuck it in.
Yeah.
To all my cousins in Auckland are listening, fuck you.
Yeah.
Who jumped ship. They all jumped ship. There's only two of us left that will support the Warriors.
Yeah.
And it's just a great time.
If the Warriors win the premiership,
I'll get a Warriors tattoo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's on video and audio, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I'll do it. Look, see that there?
Yeah.
I'll connect that to this one.
Okay.
And I'll get a Warrior if we win.
Right.
If we win the premiership.
You heard it here first.
Yeah. Yes, yeah, lock it in.
Okay, it's locked.
It's locked, cool. Don't even... No regrets.
Regret
No regrets. Nah, man, I would happily do it. I'll get a Warriors logo on the back of my neck if the fucking Warriors won.
I mean, I really hope they win.
Because not only is it just a fun time to be a sports fan right now, or even a part-time sports fan, because bearing in mind, the Warriors are the only New Zealand team.
Oh, yeah.
So it's easy to get behind them. But for us, like, diehard NRL, like, rugby league Warriors fans, who have been a fan from the start,
yeah,
and to now see every player in the team having the performance of their lives. Last year we came second to last. We had a record worst season.
Yeah.
This season we're in top 4, and the final start next week. The stadium's packed out, sold out every home game.
Yeah.
And now it's like there's such a buzz about it. So to be a person that's been there from the get-go,
yeah,
I think it's just it's cool, man. Like it's one positive thing in life.
Yeah.
You know, when the Warriors win, like, even though I haven't moved all day, when I watch a Warriors game and we win, it makes me feel good.
Yeah.
It's a feel-good thing, man. Like, so when people ask me, like, do you get annoyed at these people that are jumping on the bandwagon now? I was like, nah, like, welcome aboard. Like, the bandwagon is half the reason why the merchandise sales are going through the roof, and there's 25,000 per game. No, the more the fucking merrier.
Yeah.
Because, like, it's just a feel-good thing.
It's for the boys.
And in life, how many things in life make you, like, sort of, makes you happy?
Yeah.
As you get older, there's less and less on that list, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So this is one, like, feel-good thing that people can cling on to.
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. I don't look at it like, oh, where were you and we were losing? It's like, nah, like, these people that are jumping on the bandwagon, it's something there's something positive in their life. It sounds cheesy, but, like, when you're in that fucking grind, when you're going to work 10 hours a day and 6 days a week in Auckland, like, and you know, nothing, you know, just going through the motions, as we all do, having something that, like, makes you happy and, like, sort of rooting for, like, you're feeling a part of a movement or whatever you want, however you want to spin it.
Yeah.
I think it's fucking cool, man. It's the power of sports. Like, My brother came around. He's not into any. He hates sports. He doesn't follow it at all. Like,
yeah.
But he was like, man, like there's a lot of Warriors on my TikTok feed.
Yeah.
He's like,
even on mine.
Yeah, and I'm like, they're winning, bro, because he didn't know. And he just, you know, they're only 10-second clips.
Yeah.
So he's not going to sit there and watch a fucking game.
Yeah.
But he was like, fuck, because we're doing some really acrobatic shit.
Yeah.
Like scoring tries while doing a forward flip over two guys.
Yeah. Oh, I mean,
insane shit.
Like I watch like every NRL season. I actually follow it from afar. Like I don't watch the games, but I always like.
It's a good way to just these little 10-second TikTok snapshots.
Yeah. So like every Monday or Tuesday, depending how busy I am. Like, just to have a break from work or even in my lunch break, I'll jump on the table and just see how everything's going. Yeah. And I'm the same for, I don't even know what they call it now, ITM, the local rugby.
Oh, yeah. Manawatu beat Auckland for the first time in 50 million years. Like.
So I do the same for that. Like, he's all right. I do the same for that. Like, I'll follow it from afar. And I just leave him. He's fine.
If you're wondering what that noise was, it was
my son.
That's how high pitch I can get.
Yeah. Like I won't watch all the Manawatu games. I mean, because I don't have Sky, so it's really hard to.
I've just got Sky Sport.
Have you?
Yeah.
I haven't even got that.
Because I'm the opposite. I watch a lot of sport, but it goes back to it's just one of the few things I have left.
Yeah.
Or like few things that I enjoy.
Yeah.
So I'm all for it. It's just the power of sport, man.
Yeah.
You don't have to be a person who grew up in playing sport or watching it to not feel like a buzz from it. Because my brother was like, he saw, like, because the Warriors now, they come out, the lights are off, it's fireworks, they've got their own song.
Cool.
And the crowd goes bananas.
Yeah.
And so, like, my brother was like, man, imagine being there. That would be cool.
Yeah.
You know, it's just bringing everyone together. Something positive.
I
cool.
love going. I used to love, as I said to you, I don't remember if we were recording or not, but like, I used to love going to those games.
Yeah,
Warriors
man.
games.
It's not for me. It was nice to be around other absolute nutter diehard fans.
Yeah, it's just the atmosphere, eh?
Yeah, man.
It's just like quite often you go to like an AB's game, and half the not half, but there's a good percentage of the crowd that aren't Union fans. They're there for the atmosphere and the part. It's the same as the Sevens.
Yeah.
You know, like
it's a lot of like girl mates that I have. They're like, yeah, go sports.
Yeah,
they don't know what's going on, but they'll be the first people to put All Blacks paint on their face and go to the game.
Yeah, and that's cool.
Yeah, it's fucking awesome.
It's the atmosphere and it's the thing.
Yeah, it's the power of sport, man.
That's like my mate.
You
Cam.
feel like you're a part of something. You know?
I was really happy that my mate Cam in Auckland, Big Cam, he took his daughters to a lot of the FIFA games. Now he's sport nuts, so he would have gone regardless. But like, there was some cool pics of them going, and like, he's got two girls, and so like one would pick one team, one would pick the other team, and they'll do their faces and they'll all go together and shit like that. And I was like, it's really fucking cool. Like, those are memories. They're not kids anymore. They're a bit older, his kids, but they're memories that they'll have forever.
Well, it was just like I took Kiana. She's only been to one Warriors game ever. It was her and I went for a holiday for her birthday to Auckland, and I took her to her first Warriors game, and she doesn't know what's going on. She doesn't know who's what, who's who. But the crowd, because we're in the fan zone behind the posts, and we're just we're fucking nutters. Yeah. You know, like we're heckling everyone, like, you know, like, because the players are within arm's reach. Yeah, yeah. So if you're the opposite team, oh my God, like there's heckling and there's like, don't talk about his dead wife.
Yeah,
like,
oh come on.
You know, like, some of the heckles are fucking funny. Yeah. And what I like is when they interact, the players will turn around and go, how about you get fucked? And we're like, yeah. It's real. Yeah. But I took Kiana to it, and not only does she enjoy it, that's her first Mexican wave. Yeah. She's never been part of that before. And, you know, because she's amongst crazy people, when, like, if we scored, like, we're jumping up and down. And then after the game, the captain, Roger Tuivasa-Sheck, he was walking past, and everyone was screaming out to him. Yeah. And then I was like, Kiana, just yell Roger. Yeah. She's like, Roger. And he came and hugged us both. We got a selfie. Yeah. And then he walked away again. He didn't see anyone else. Yeah. And Kiana was just, she always talks about that memory. Yeah, yeah. And again, it's got nothing to do if you're a sports fan. It's just being a part of something. So
yeah, exactly.
I'm enjoying this. It's one really awesome, positive thing in my life right now.
Well, you know what I've
got. I'll ride that.
You know what I've got coming up that's positive.
What's that?
Rugby World Cup.
I was about to say AIDS test.
And my two teams, my two countries.
Yeah, the World Cup starts next week, right? And we've got France first off the bat.
Fuck yeah. And my two places in my heart, my two countries, are both playing for the first time. So Chile, for the first time ever, is in the Rugby World Cup. And, of course, New Zealand's in and Scotland's in. So all my fucking bases are covered.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
You got 3 horses in the race.
I mean, Chile, there's no way Chile's getting to the qualifiers. Do you know what I mean? Like, it would be a fucking stone cold miracle. They barely qualified. Like, they squeaked in, right? But if they fucking did, could you imagine the upset?
It'll be mayhem.
Could you imagine?
It'll be mayhem in the streets of Chile.
Oh, it'll be insane.
It was like when Nuo won the Sevens, they won. You know how there's like you win the cup and then there's the bowl and there's the plate?
Yeah.
One time we won the plate final.
Yeah.
And we went absolutely bonkers.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Because like I know people are like, oh well, it's only the plate, but it's like that's not easy. Like,
yeah,
even
it was
doing
it was such a big deal.
Is not an easy feat.
Because we're not a country that you see in the headlines often.
No.
You know, so that was cool.
Because I think like for Chile, like
Chile, it's the same.
Qualifying is the win.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like
yeah. The fact you're in the fucking tournament
is enough.
It's the most played game in the world. Do you know how many countries there are? I can't count that high.
Yeah.
And they're all vying to get into this like 32 man. I think it's 32.
33 man squad. Yeah. And because rugby's becoming quite big over there. I mean, it'll never touch
All Blacks
football.
don't have that power. They don't have the mystique's gone now.
Everyone's
not gone. It's definitely faded. Like people look at us as they're going to be a tough game, but they're beatable now. There was a time. There was a long stretch of time when, like, if you see we're playing the All Blacks next, we're going to take an L.
Yeah,
we're going to lose. So they come in with that mentality of like we're trying to get fired up, but we're playing the fucking All Blacks. I'm terrified. Like,
I think a lot of teams come in with the hope of like, okay, the best we can do and what we're going to aim for is a bonus point. So we're going to lose, but we're going to go for that bonus point. Do you know what I mean? See if we can get a point off them.
Those days are gone, brother.
Yeah, I think it's going to be really tight. It's going to be interesting to play France first up. That's going to be the talent, especially after coming off the worst loss we've ever had to South Africa.
I'm enjoying the fact that I'm talking sports with you.
Yeah. Well, talk the right sport, motherfucker.
What? Take your pick, nigga. Take your pick. I got you on my armchair.
Speaking of sports, sorry, I don't like to shit on people.
It's never. This is never. It's like, you know, with all due respect.
With all due respect to our mayor. What a fucking...
Our mayor? Who's our mayor?
Palmerston North mayor.
What's the name of the mayor?
Grant Robertson?
I already hate him. Grant.
I think that's his name. But
it's Grant.
Dude can go fuck himself. Do you know what I mean?
Why you got hate for the Palmy mayor?
I fucking hate him. I'm sorry, he's lost my vote forever.
But why?
So...
There's a lot of hate coming out right now.
You know...
Oh, shit.
Oh, no thank you. No thanks. Bye.
So Brecken came in and offered Dylan an ice cream. Didn't offer me one. And now he's
locked himself in.
Now he's locked himself in. Oh no, he's
good boy. Okay, off we go.
Doors are tricky.
We should lock that door. The Palmerston North mayor can go fuck himself.
But why though?
I'll tell you why. So you know how the Spanish team was based here.
Oh yeah, and there was all that
for the Football World Cup, and then they left. And there's Grant Smith is his name, and there's all this like, okay, some people said it's because they were bored and there was nothing to do. I don't fucking blame them. This town shuts down at 9 o'clock at night.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
And these are people that come from Spain, with the streets are lit with.
Oh, they're only having dinner at 9 o'clock at night. Do you know what I mean? They can't even get any food.
It's a real communal kind of country.
It is, yeah. Oh, totally. And I get why they were bored and might want to go somewhere else. Some people say it was just they only came for the start of the thing and then they were going to go somewhere else anyway. Either way. And then at the end of the tournament, he's on the news, like the national news, and they're going, so, Mayor Smith, do you take any credit for... Should Palmerston take any credit for the Spanish team winning? He's like, oh, of course. It was because of it. I was like, fuck you. You had, like, to try and squeeze some credit out of the Spanish football team winning the FIFA World Cup. What a cunt. Do you know what I mean? Like, I'm sorry. I'm sorry, but it had nothing to do with you. It had nothing to do with the city. And I love Palmy.
Did he just
I'm
jump
not
on that?
He jumped on it. I love Palmy. Like, I love living here. But I in no way say our town took any fucking credit. That was 100% the team. And I'm sorry, I don't want to sound like one of these woke douchebags, but like, for a male mayor to be like, it was because of us those women won. What a cunt.
Is that how did he say that?
No, but fucking I read it.
Were they in different sentences, or did he actually say?
You could see it in his fucking grubby little face.
Damn.
He had to fucking wipe the grease from his mouth and be like, no, we helped those chicks win. Fucking asshole.
Was he eating twisties?
I don't give a fuck. He could be eating cock for all I care.
My God, it's really hit you in the feels.
It just made me so angry that he dared to take away their hard work and achievement.
I can't remember the last time I was this angry.
Oh, it made me fucking furious.
It sounds
tiring. And I'm like, that's it. I'm never voting for that cunt again. Never. Ever.
Did you originally vote for him?
Yeah.
You regret that.
He's lost.
You regret that tick in the box.
I reckon that was a dumb thing to say. If he was clever, he would have said, no, all credit to them. It was an honour to have them. I hope our grounds were adequate for what they needed and helped them achieve their goals. But it was all them. See, that would have been the classy thing to do. And it was an honour to have them here in Palmerston North. And we have backed them all the way. That would have been, but he's like, oh no, it wasn't for Palmerston North and my fucking hard work.
Is he fat? Because it sounds like
he's pretty. He's not fat. He's not fat like me. He's like 50-year-old fat. You know what I mean? Like
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
No, I'm not fat, but I could use a little less beer and pies in my life.
Ric Flair.
Yeah. Oh, he wishes he was Ric Flair fucking fit.
What annoys me about anyone who retires from something, a sport or whatever, there's a big shindig about it, and then they start doing that profession again and have another retirement and then another one.
Yeah.
To the point where it's just sad.
Yeah.
Like Ric Flair, fucking just leave. Just leave. It's so embarrassing.
I mean, the thing is, Ric Flair could make a great living doing speaking tours and shit. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if I found out Ric Flair was coming to New Zealand, I would buy tickets in a heartbeat.
Yeah, man. Well, I wanted that for McFoley.
It's Ric Flair in a speaking tour,
Yeah.
I like Foley, but I could give or take it. Do you know what I mean?
Kind of like when Undertaker retired and then he was just everywhere. He was on every podcast.
Yeah. Do you blame him, though? Because he's been saving that shit up.
Yeah. He went on the Joe Rogan podcast, which was just bad because Joe Rogan doesn't know anything about pro wrestling. So
no, he has to get his mate in every time to talk about
it's a bit of a hard listen.
And saying that, though, they can talk about other shit.
Do you follow any podcasts religiously?
Before You Jump, it's my favourite.
Is that right?
But other than that, yeah, one.
I think that's on my list.
And then I have casual pick and choose.
Oh, yeah.
So,
well, I'm a big fan of It's Always Sunny. And
I've really got to get onto that.
Well, I've been so far off the grid this year that I didn't realise until Morgan told me the other day that there's another season. And I'm like, there's another season? He laughed at me. He's like, yeah, as if you didn't know? I had no fucking clue. And I lost my shit because could you have seen the whole...
I'm on season 16.
Oh, so I can't talk about it. But
I'm halfway through.
Well, then the way it ended, I thought that's the end.
How did it end? In Ireland?
Yes, but I'm not going to tell you. If you haven't seen it, I've
seen the Ireland once.
Well, it's I thought it was over, so I didn't know.
Yeah.
But I really like the because Morgan put me onto the It's Always Sunny podcast.
Yeah, he loves it. Yeah.
And it's because they talk about each episode.
Yeah.
And I love that shit, man. I love hearing. I like these these interviews with people that it's real fascinating. They had Danny DeVito on there, and it's just how did you get to where you are today? I like that shit. I love hearing that sort of... I'll listen to those people any day. Not the really over-the-top, cheesy, motivational speakers. Who's that guy that looks like he's got gigantism?
Oh, Tim Robbins?
Yeah.
Yeah.
He
is huge, though.
He's 2 inches away from being Andre the Giant.
He is pretty fucking big.
But not in a good way. His head just keeps growing.
Yeah.
You know, to the point where you have a bigger head than me. This hat is the largest size hat in the world. Like you can get.
Yeah.
It doesn't go higher than a size 8.
Yeah.
And it fits me like perfectly. But if you put this hat on anyone else, it's huge. Because my brother's the same, right? So like I said to him, we talk about it a lot. Where it's like, do our heads look big?
Yeah.
Because I don't look in the mirror and think it's a big head. Is it? Yeah. Does it look? It first.
Yeah, you got a big head.
So that mean the whole skull, the whole face?
You look better when your hair, like now your hair's cut, you look way better.
Is that right? Oh, yeah. Thank you.
You look really handsome with your haircut, I must say.
Oh, that's not. Yeah, I that haircut represented a lot more than just a haircut for me, man. Like.
Oh yeah, you're telling. I think you talked about it in the last episode.
I just wanted a reset button.
Yeah, man. No, it looks great.
Yeah, it's more like
with your Warriors jersey on, you actually look pretty fucking.
Okay,
that's
5 compliments in a row. Now I'm getting.
All right. Sorry, can I backtrack to podcasts?
Uncomfortable. Yeah.
let's backtrack. There's one I follow religiously, and there's two or three I casually pick and choose.
So what are those?
So religious one I follow, and I've said this on this podcast a lot. My favorite podcast of all time is Tell 'Em Steve Dave. Fucking best podcast I've ever listened to. Funny, controversial. Out there, weird, fucking deals with mental health a lot. It's great.
Okay.
Really good. But like, it's real hard to jump on that bandwagon this far in. They're over 500 episodes.
So when you want to get into say for me, right? I haven't heard one before. Do you recommend just starting from where they are?
Nah.
So what? I've got to go back 500 eps?
No. What I would do is go back like. Because you got to get to know certain people.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, you kind of want to, you'd kind of want to be like, I would sit down with you and be like, okay, these are the people you need to know. Okay, start from this episode and go. And I'll probably go like 10 episodes back. Uh-huh. And then get you quickly caught up to where they're at and shit like that.
So do you feel like we should start bringing in more guests that, like, because I've got people that I know that, one of them was my mate Tristan in Wonga's. Yeah. And he's really high up there in social welfare, right?
Yeah.
And
I really want to get him on, yeah.
And that was just scratching the surface.
Yeah.
Because I remember when we were hanging out and he goes, you don't want to know what I've seen.
Yeah.
I was like, nah, tell me. Like, because I was like, he's quite high up there. So I was giving him shit like, fuck, you're right up there now, eh? Like, and he's like, bro, it's hell.
Yeah.
I go, why is it hell? And he was like, just the shit I've seen. And he wouldn't tell me.
Yeah.
He wouldn't tell me. He was
I think there's also some confidentiality there he's got to respect.
Oh, okay, I should. Yeah. No, but I should have. Okay.
I mean, he could have given you some vague information.
Well, no, because we're boys, right? Like, he was like, bro, like, you can't unhear.
Yeah.
And then on top of that, he knows it will make me worry about him. You know, because
I think
he has to deal with his own mental health.
Yeah.
Whilst dealing with some tragic shit.
It's probably some stuff he doesn't.
Because I noticed right off the bat, demeanor was different because I hadn't seen the brother in a year.
Yeah.
And then I was sort of like, we're in the drive-thru at K-Fry, and I was sort of punching him like, bro, what's up with you? Yeah. Is it work? You know, like, because home life's all good. And he's like, yeah, I was just like head honcho shit. And he's like, yeah, and I was just sort of giving him shit about the money he's on. And he's like, it don't matter about the money.
Yeah.
He goes, and I was like, why? He's like, you just don't, and that's when he was like, you don't want to know. But I've got friends like that if they did a tell-all, because I've asked them in the past, it'll be real controversial shit that they're talking about.
I mean, he probably can't just because his job and shit.
No, I'm talking about, I've got other friends that are that are in that.
Yeah.
And I've had this conversation because of some of the stuff they tell me. And some of the stuff I've seen, like especially in the whole underbelly of like Palmy and Hamilton's another place I've been, like it's a lot of horrible shit. Sometimes you walk into like I'll be with like a cousin and he goes to like someone's house and I'm like, oh, come on, bro. And then you go into like a house that's like horrible.
Yeah.
There's kids everywhere, like they're clearly not like getting tended to because the parents are like drugged out.
Yeah.
There's no food, blah blah. Like I hate that shit, and that shit's everywhere. And it's tragedy, man. Like, and then you got one maybe like sane person who's running the house, who's doing like 12-hour shifts at foodstuffs in the freezer 6 days a week.
Yeah.
you know, and they come home and the wife's quite, you know, aggressive, and they're just quietly going. I've got uncles like that, like they do 12-hour shifts 6 days a week in Auckland.
Yeah.
And when I see them, I'm like, how are you? And they're always just like, yeah, good, nephew, good. I'm like, nah. And I'll, uncle, how you doing? Like, are you exhausted? You're working massive hours.
Yeah.
You know, like the cuzzy told me. You can't crack some of these like baby boomers. Like they will put their front on stubbornly.
Yeah.
And you're literally like telling them to their face, like, hey, come on, like this.
Yeah.
You know, you can't be like, oh, everything's happy-go-lucky every single day, uncle. Like, I'll try and really, like, get into them.
Yeah.
Some of them won't crack, man.
No.
Like, Neff, I'm good.
It's
good.
the way they've been brought up.
Life is fine.
Yeah.
God is good. Yeah. Okay. All right. You know. But those are the ones that quietly explode one day. You know, they have two beers at a fucking family reunion and then fisticuffs away.
Yeah.
I'll see that.
You also see it in the news a lot when there's like, you know, children being killed, and then it's like, well, where are the parents? Well, mum, the kid lives with mum, who's a drug addict. Oh, what about the dad? Oh, the dad works, you know, like you said, 12, 14-hour shifts. They're separated, and it was a stepfather.
I know. I got
boyfriend.
Heaps
Do you know
of
what I mean?
family. I got a ton of family like that. We were all in that boat where we had a kid early.
Yeah.
You know, but then the relationship with the mum breaks down. But you're only kids. Like, we were only like young when we had Kiana.
Yeah.
So it forces you to like together, but that's not your soulmate.
No.
So you end up crashing and burning. So there's a lot of us that have like, but then with Kiana, like she's like secure, like she's got security and stability, whatnot. But I've got heaps of cousins in Auckland that are in that horrible, like constantly fighting with baby mum and over the kids and this and that, and they get lost in the shuffle. So they end up, one of them has to go to the grandparents. You know, I've got heaps of that in Auckland. It's just kind of the norm.
Yeah,
it's everywhere, man.
It is everywhere,
and that's just the PG stuff.
Yeah,
it gets dirty out there, and I've questioned for a while, like if we take our podcast that direction, because it's pretty dark. And how dark do we want to go? Like, do we tell our guests like, hey, keep it to like this level? They won't know what this level is, or just let them go.
We'd have to. Depending on the guest and their story.
Oh, some of them are brutal.
Oh, I know. I think there's some I couldn't do as well.
Yeah, that level.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
but do you want to go that direction?
I don't know, man. I mean, I like to have Tristan on because he's interesting.
Oh, he's
like he's a cool guy.
I hate giving him props 2 times in a podcast. he's smarter than he looks.
Yeah.
For he's a 6'6", 180 kilo Samoan.
Yeah.
Tattooed head to toe.
Yeah.
And man, he is. Like sometimes he'll go to hug me, and he's nearly choked me out.
Yeah.
He is like, you know, he doesn't know his own strength, but I've seen him when he does know his own strength. Wink, wink. And it's like trying to jump on a big grizzly bear.
Yeah. Like, I just think he'd be a cool guy to talk to.
Yeah, he's got a lot of.
Yeah.
But then he would.
I mean, he wouldn't be able to talk about a lot of stuff because of his job.
Yeah, but there's a lot of stuff he can talk about that is already brutal.
Yeah.
And like I know a lot of people that have a lot of insane.
Yeah.
But I've just questioned that for a while for this podcast. Like, do we go down that route? Because it's like pretty dark, and I feel like that'll like all it takes is one person to be really like caring about something controversial.
And what?
Because a lot of people don't want to.
This is the thing,
they want to like think that the world is rainbows and blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And it's part of them. Part of these people that complain, I feel like it's like they just don't want to. They don't want to picture like that as reality.
Here's the thing, though. Like the good thing about doing a podcast versus like a TV show is like they can go as fucking Karen as they want. There's no broadcasting standards authority for podcasts.
Okay. Yeah. Well.
Because we're not broadcasting on New Zealand airwaves.
All right, well, let's do it.
So we can do whatever we want. With the exception of a few laws, like the coroners put some stuff in about suicide and shit like that, and we've talked about that. Like, apart from those few things, we can do whatever we want.
Do I want to ask what the things have been put in place from the coroner about suicide, or is it going to make me angry?
It'll probably make you angry.
When did that happen?
Fairly recently.
While I was in hospital?
A little bit before that, but not long before that.
So there's actual laws in place about talking about suicide on a podcast?
No, on anything. Yeah.
Anything to do with suicide?
No, you can talk about suicide.
Our fucking logo is a noose.
I know. No, it's not that. It's like, okay, so the laws are, and like, I'm sure someone will correct me if I'm wrong, but like, essentially, if someone has committed suicide, right, you cannot describe the way they did it, because that could be creating a blueprint for other people.
Okay.
Which is, I in my opinion, is fair. So you can talk about the person, you can talk about the cause, but you can't talk about the action.
So you can go as far as saying so-and-so hung themselves, and that's as far as you can go?
Probably.
So you can still describe the act, but you can't go into detail about the act.
That's my son again. He really wants to be in here, eh? Yeah, essentially. Like, you couldn't do a podcast describing how he tied a knot. Like, first you put the left hand over the... Do you know what I mean? Because that's...
So you can describe the act, how it happened, but you can't go into detail. Okay. Is that the only...
There's a little bit more, but I can't quite remember all of it.
Can I talk about personal experiences?
Yes, because you haven't died.
So I can go... Because I've done that, I think, in the past about the knot and shit. With the extension cord.
But mind you, all you've ever said is like, I was holding it.
Yeah.
You never said like, this rough.
But I've already described how I did it, like how I.
Yeah, but you didn't do it.
Okay.
Yeah, I think that's what the law is. Like, if somebody has, you can't go and like, this is the way they did it.
Right.
It's like going. Okay. It's essentially like saying like, these guys robbed a bank, and here's every step they took to do it.
Yeah, I feel you. Okay.
Do you know what I mean? Like, you're creating a blueprint for other people to be like, oh, now I can go do it.
I just didn't realize that there could be like laws put on podcasts, because
it's put on everything. It's not just podcasts; it's radio, TV, whatever, YouTube and shit like that. That basically it's about prevention, not censorship.
Yeah.
And we're for prevention.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, so that's what they're trying to do. They're just trying to say, like, I think what you're better talk about is the people who didn't do it and why and how they got through it.
So with you were having quite a lot of suicidal ideations, right?
Yeah.
How's that been? Because you haven't mentioned anything, and from the outside looking in, it looks like the going's a lot better than what it was like a year ago.
Yeah.
When you used to talk about how you wanted to come in here and just end it all, but you wouldn't, because the kids, blah, blah, blah. Like, have you had any of that lately? Like, how's that been for you?
Not in the last sort of month and a bit.
Is that right?
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Yeah, I think there's definitely been some life changes that have helped.
Yeah, clearly.
I think that's one of them. I say that pointing to my son.
Okay, he's not in here.
It's stuff like that, like communication's a lot better.
Yeah.
He really wants to come in. It's just little things like I've for the first time in my life set goals like you do.
Oh, really? Are you new to the goal setting game?
Yeah, I was always like, I want to do that, but that was as far as like now. It's like, okay.
When you put in writing too, it sort of solidifies it.
It does. I mean, I haven't. Okay, I haven't put it in writing, admittedly, but I have sort of been like, I want to achieve this.
Oh, definitely put it down in writing or type it out on something.
I might do that on my phone, but like, I've rediscovered.
It sort of just attaches you to it. It makes you more accountable for it, and then it starts eating at you like you want to get it done, and then it feels good to cross something off. And then your goals will start, like it might be like yearly goals, blah, blah, blah. Then you'll break it down to 3 monthly, weekly. Like that's just how I think that's how I get through a lot of shit, because I'm so stubborn, bro. So it's kind of like when I set like these goals, I feel like I'm too stubborn to not do them. Yeah. Like I don't want that feeling of I haven't done it.
Yeah.
And when I have ticked them off, it feels good. But then automatically it's like, okay, reset goals.
Yeah.
So that's cool that you're starting to, because it works. It's definitely something that works. And it's cool that you've sort of started to do that for yourself, and clearly that's having some sort of positive effect.
It is. Like, I still get really down. You know what I mean? Like, I'm always going to have that and stuff like that.
Yeah, when you come to the realization that those downers are never going to go away.
Yeah.
But how better equipped can you be?
With, yeah.
Because now you've got more in your inventory to battle these things.
But, like, one of the goals was to do a course, and I've just been accepted into the course.
Is that right? Where?
Yeah. UCOL.
Doing
Photography.
Oh, that's what you wanted to do last year.
Yeah.
And then you pulled the pin for certain, like, different reasons.
Oh, it was just timing and
shit. Timing. There's a lot going on.
And then...
it seems like the time's right for you to do it.
Yeah, well, now I'm realising maybe it wasn't. But,
because it's going to be good for you, man.
Yeah. So that starts in a few days.
Especially if you're a little apprehensive about it, it will give you a better sense of achievement when you smash it.
Well, it was really nice because
you've been talking about it for a while.
Well, they do 2 courses that are like short courses, 2 short certificate level courses, 60 credits sort of thing. So one is Introduction to Photography and one is Intermediate Photography. And normally you've got to do one to do the other. But I'm like, fuck it, I'm just going to throw my hand in for the intermediate. And if worst comes to worst, they're like, no, you got to do the other one first. I'll be like, fucking, okay, cool. Do you know what I mean?
No, the point is you're doing it.
Yeah, exactly. So I'm like, okay, so I threw my head in for the intermediate, and I got an email from the tutor, who's actually quite a well-known photographer in New Zealand, quite an award-winning photographer. Really nice guy, Jerry. And he's like, hey, could, normally you got to do the intro course first, but can you come in, we have a chat, and we can see if we think you're good enough for the intermediate one. And so I sent him a link to some photos, and I came in with this book I've got of some of my photos. And he was like, no, you definitely have composition down packed. My concern is, like, do you know the software that you need to be running? And it was just Photoshop. Do you know what I mean? And I'm like, oh, yeah, fuck yeah. I know enough. Do you know what I mean? Like, I know...
Do you still have to, like, be in that dark room and put, like, paper and water?
It's all digital.
Is that still a thing?
It is still a thing.
Is it kind of like the same as people who are still into vinyl? Like, it's got a certain, like, vintage that you can't replicate?
Yeah, it does. There is something about... I think people who are good with film tend to be better photographers.
Yeah.
Because the good thing about digital is you put an SD card in and you can take 10,000 photos. So naturally you just fucking snap away without a care. Whereas if you've got 24 shots, you're really fucking picking those 24 shots.
I remember those disposable cameras and you take them to Kmart.
Yeah.
And then the hour wait time was a thing. That was insane. You take the photo. It was a Saturday thing.
Yeah.
You should go to town, take the photo, like the roll of films.
Yeah.
Get developed in Kmart, make our way to the food court.
Yeah, have a munch.
Come back in an hour.
Yeah.
Half the photos, your fingers in the front of the thing.
Yeah, and they're shitty and they're blurry and
smudged. Like, selfies were a dice roll.
Yeah.
Because you didn't
Everyone's got red eyes.
Everyone's got red eyes.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that shit. Trying to the selfies, man, that was a hard thing to do. You just got to point and pray.
Yeah.
And you can't click, because like you said, you only got like 24 fucking shots. So you got to make it count.
But the advantage now is that, I mean,
sometimes the flash doesn't go off and you're like, I've only got
hold
3 left.
Hold on, I'll just fix it. Hold on.
Yeah. Wait, it's the flash.
Yeah. The advantage now, though, is not so much that you have 10,000 photos to take, but you need a lot less room and equipment to process. So I've got my camera and I've got my computer, and that's all I fucking need. Whereas I don't need a dark room, chemicals, baths, all that shit. I don't need all that.
That's what I pictured when you said because I remember that shit back at Boys High. Like,
I wish I could do that.
But that was early 2000s.
Yeah.
That's a long.
I wish I had all that stuff.
Back in the day, like, you couldn't really send nudes. Well, because you know the people that are developing it, they have to look at every photo, right?
Yeah.
So that'd be kind of an embarrassing thing.
You'd have to develop yourself.
I remember that episode of Seinfeld where George thought the woman at the camera liked him, so he got Kramer to take all those like risque photos, and but it was developed by that big black dude who ended up being gay. Oh, I've been watching some Seinfeld lately.
Have you?
That and Community.
Oh, okay.
I've nearly finished Community. It's
Nice.
just like a nice, easy watch.
Mine's still It's Always Sunny. I've almost finished watching.
Yeah, it's always sunny. It's always once a year.
Yeah.
I'll come around to like.
Oh, fuck. I'm gonna let that kid in. Fuck it.
That's one of my all-time favorite shows. Like I want to know like people listening that their top 5 go-tos, because I know that a lot of the time that when Dylan's letting in his son, so the fucking Chinese drum will stop. It sounded like a gong. I was on the Gong Show, and every time I spoke, it went gong, as if to shut me the fuck up. My go-tos, It's Always Sunny in Philadelphia is definitely one of them. Seinfeld, The Simpsons, IT Crowd. So I sort of lost my mind who's the guy that I can't even remember his name. He played in an IT Crowd. He's the son that comes in like, Father.
Oh yeah, Matt Berry.
Yeah, so Matt Berry, when he turns up in Community.
Oh yeah.
Oh fuck!
Was he in it?
Yeah, so there's a lot of cameos in Community. Yeah. And he came in for like a random episode in season 6, and I lost my shit. I'm like, oh, that's so cool, because he's got this opera esque voice. He's like, Father.
Come to me. Yeah, my 5 are probably also Seinfeld.
Oh shit. Man, your son's like a T-Rex.
Oh my god.
He's destroying everything.
He's just coming through. He's like a bull in a china shop.
Oh, he's pulling my cords.
Mate, you can't go that way.
What's he got in his hand? Oh, he's pushed me to the... Oh, I'm tangled. Man, for a little cunt, he's strong.
Oh yeah. Seinfeld.
Get him to play League.
I'd love him to play sports.
Fuck yeah.
I will be pushing him for sports.
Yeah, because Kiana wasn't a big sport girl growing up. She likes going like the gym and stuff. Like, so my nephew and my niece, like, I'm hoping that they get into sport, because my brother and his partner, like his wife, they're not into sport either. So like, if one of them started wanting to play like Saturday morning cricket or rugby, oh man, it'll be living vicariously through him, because that was my life for years.
Yeah.
Cricket in the summer, rugby in the winter. And then the rugby started taking off, and I just started getting sick of it.
Yeah.
Jumped to basketball, like just on a whim.
Yeah.
At high, because once you get to like early high school, boys high, they're already, sounds a bit like they're grooming you for like whoever's gonna be like the elite in any sport. Because there was scouts at every game. Yeah. For every like boys high game, like the rugby was always on TV. Yeah. The boys high, like first 15 rugby, soccer, like. So with basketball, like everyone who makes the top team of boys high, like you get like this like bag, because you get sponsored by Adidas and shit. Yeah. It's like a level of like, like it's a big deal. Yeah. So to jump like codes, I was already in the Colts for rugby, and I made the Argentinian touring squad, and it was like, I hated it. I just hated it. I had the love for it is gone, and I remember the clear moment. It was 5 a.m, bro. Yeah. And we were fucking training at school. That's frost. Yeah. And we had to like carry like these big tackle bags above our head and run around the field. And I just remember like running around like, what am I doing? Yeah. I don't want to do this anymore. Yeah. And I told the coach, and he's like, what are you going to do then? Yeah. Like, you're in the top tier team. You got a route to the first 15 if you keep working. Yeah. And I'm like, nah, I'll play basketball. I think I'm going to go play basketball. He's like, basketball? Yeah. Have you ever played? I went, no, but I'm a good shooter. And so I switched codes to basketball, and basketball is what took me to places. Yeah. Like, I ended up like getting like into like national level shit. Yeah. And then I started playing indoor netball just to supplement like fitness and whatnot. Yeah. And then playing fucking indoor netball took me to the New Zealands. Yeah. Like it was worth the move. Yeah, yeah. But I played rugby for like 8 years. That was back in the days where you can stomp on people. I think that was the lure of it. And then sometimes like you get to the bottom of a ruck, and the guy that you've been stomping on, he's running at you, and you're like, oh fuck, he breaks.
Here we go.
Here we go. And it was like a mark of respect when you hit the showers afterwards, like in the locker room. Like if you've got like bloody, like bruised, like ruck marks all over you, it shows that like you've been in battle. Yeah. So it was a mark of respect. I was a real nuggety, just a pest when I was, because I've never been like the biggest guy. Yeah. So you got like, so in basketball as a pest too, I'd like, say we're going for a free throw, right? And everyone's standing there. I'll just sort of bend down, and I'll just like untie your shoelace. Yeah. Just as the shot's going up. Yeah. Like I'll stomp on someone's foot, I'll elbow them, I jersey pulling. Yeah. Talking trash the whole time. I remember one time we were playing Hamilton Boys High. at the arena. It was like quite packed out, and the guy, like, I was jawing at him the whole game, like, your mother this, this. I can't say. Stars and earphones and that, like a lot of that sort of shit. And then it was at the fourth quarter, and like I stole the ball off him, but then it went out. So then we're going to throw it in. So I was running down the court and I said something, and this is in front of everyone. Just turned around and elbowed me right in the face. Yeah. And immediately got, like, you know, out for the game. Yeah. You know, I loved that shit. So I'm like, I don't have that anymore. Like I started. The only other thing I can compare it to, I started playing poker real high, like quite high stakes. Yeah. Haven't done that in a few years now. Yeah. But it's that competitiveness. I think that's why I liked comedy. Yeah. The difference in comedy is you're competing against yourself to get better. Yeah. I don't look at it as competing with. If someone is killing it, like I was like, I'd love to up my game to be just as good, because I feel like I'm letting the team down, right? So that's a competitiveness. Yeah. And that's what I'm lacking, like, lately.
That competitive drive.
Yeah.
Well, you've got to be the best fucking podcaster in the world then.
I want to get back to the gym, man.
Okay, all right.
My short-term goal is to get back to the gym. Yeah. There's I just got to get there. I got to, like, it's taking a lot longer than I thought. Yeah. I don't, like, have the patience.
Just keep those goals.
I'm going to show you something. This is my this time next year goal. Oh yeah. To look like that.
Yeah, yeah.
And that was only a few years ago.
Yeah.
You know, that's where I want to get to. Yeah. And that's a goal.
Yeah, yeah.
To just, because I know with the gym, it's routine and it's something positive.
Yeah.
So it's just the same as your photography. Like, it's something that's at first a bit of an adversity. Yeah. But if you conquer it, it's just this hit of dopamine that just hits you every day. Like, it's a good feeling. Yeah. I want, you know, so I know, like, with the gym, it'll be at least something. Yeah. You know, I want to work towards, like, being able to see and drive again. You know, these are all the things that will at least like kind of keep the engine going. You know, but I've got them, like, solidified. I write them all on my phone. Yeah. Samsung Notes.
Yeah, yeah.
I just put
memo
goals,
pads,
and it's just long as fuck, because I've broken it down to where do I want to be next week. Yeah. Because I change that all the time. Yeah. Monthly, reassessing. Like, if you don't hit a certain goal, how did I not hit that goal? Yeah. That's what you got to do, man.
Yeah. Do you want to take this inside and do it? No. Okay.
You got to start writing these goals down.
I will. Yeah, I will. I have this idea as well once I've done this course. So when you do this course, at the end there's an exhibition, like a class exhibition. So then I was thinking, like, oh, what do I want to do for this? And then I came up with this idea for an exhibition on my own, I would love to do. Yeah. And it's like, the idea is really fucking cool. I don't want to say what it is, because it's like, I don't know if it's unique, but I've never heard of it. Okay. But it's kind of an interactive photography exhibition. Yeah, I don't want to go any further than that, but, like...
That sounds cool.
Yeah, the idea of it is really exciting. Like, I had it when I was driving home from Harvard the other day from work. And, like, you know, when you're driving and shit, your mind wanders, or when you're in the car, your mind wanders at least. And so, yeah, that's the next goal, is to, like, do that and all that sort of shit. So I think this week's... Do you want to say hello on this? Yeah, we'll do it together soon, okay?
Yeah, I just think you should definitely make it a thing to just write down on your phone.
I think that's this week's Before You Jump, eh?
And that it will start creating a path for you.
Yeah.
Because you're working towards something. Like an OG, like, Sega game. Yeah. Like Alex Kidd. Yeah. And that map, and you want to get to the brown castle at the top, right? Yeah. You know, but you're starting from the, you know...
From the top corner.
How are you going to expect to ride in that helicopter? You got to work your way towards that. Yeah. You want to kill a dragon? Set goals. Motherfucker. Just, all right. But write it down, man.
Yeah. That's this week's Before You Jump, I reckon.
Oh, yeah, man.
Set your goals, draw the map, write it down, whatever you want to say.
Yeah, it's a lifesaver, man.
Yeah, and just focus towards that all the time. And don't be afraid of setbacks.
It can be the smallest thing, like I want to, like, shower and dress every day. And make my bed every day. Yeah. It's harder than it sounds for a lot of people, but that's where it starts.
It is hard, though.
And then next thing you know, you're out of the house a bit more.
Yeah.
You know, like I'm seeing, like, a lot more friends than I have since, like, last year, because I've only... this hangover from the hospital is kind of, I'm starting to understand more.
Yeah,
and
nice.
that then you have to reassess your goals, because all of a sudden you've reached, like, I want to like be more sociable and hang out with more people. Next thing you know, you're doing that. So like, what's the next thing?
Yeah.
So for me, I'm kind of getting to the point now where the gym's the next thing.
And you might also get to a point like you got your little roadmap, and it's like, I've hit this, and I can't keep going.
Yeah, you just reverse out.
Yeah, it's like, okay, well,
back on the highway.
Okay. So that end goal, is that now achievable? Okay, maybe not. Okay, but what is achievable?
Yeah.
So maybe like I want to do this exhibition. It might be like, okay, I can't actually achieve that. But it's like, but what can I do?
Yeah.
So maybe there's something else I can do where I can create something that.
And that's where it starts. You start making like steps towards it.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not that photo I showed you. I'm not going to wake up tomorrow and look like that.
No.
How am I going to get there?
Yeah.
And then you got to dial it right back to, well, first of all, let's try and sleep every night and wake up at the same time every morning and have a shower.
For a walk.
Yeah. That starts with that. Like, 'cause I've started to like just walk to the shop and back.
Yeah.
I've noticed it started to get easier.
Yeah.
So it's just like going in the gym. When you see improvement, it's quite addictive.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to slowly get over that hump.
Nice.
You know, but that reassesses your goal. But I'm telling you, when you write down your goals, they are seared in your mind.
Yeah.
And it all of a sudden gives you like direction every day.
Yeah.
So it's not like, I want to look like that, because that seems like an impossible mountain to climb, like Eddie Guerrero said, right? But if you build steps to get to the top of that and start climbing those steps, you'll get there. And that's what setting goals is all about, bro. So write them down.
There's a thing called, you'll know what this is. I'm sure you've come across it, a Gantt chart. Right, which is a part of project management, where it's this list of tasks you have to do, and it looks like sometimes when you look at that list, and it's like, fuck, that's a lot of stuff.
It's like getting to when I used to get to the office, one of my jobs, and there's 84 unread emails. And you're like, oh fuck.
So you might have like 100 tasks you have to do, but when you scroll across, what you see is that all you have to do this week is task 1.
Yeah.
And then you'll see task 2. The timeline is after that. Yeah. So it's like, no, you just have to do this one task this week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And that's what it is. So
yeah, it's a feel good, man. It's what's powering my engine anyway.
Yeah.
Because it puts out a lot, so to speak. Like, you have a lot of down moments.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have to just ride out those, instead of fighting those real low times, you just kind of have to ride it out, because from experience, you know you're going to ride it out till you hit the beach, right?
Yep.
And then once you hit the beach, you sort of like, okay, and you just go back to that roadmap.
Yeah.
You eventually gravitate back to it. And if I didn't have that, bro, I wouldn't have anything. Yeah. I'd have no structure at all.
So maybe what you and I should do is we should each draw that.
It's literally like my lifeline.
Yeah, we should sit down separately and like fucking with a piece of paper.
I can just show you mine, yeah.
Oh, well, then maybe not right now, but like maybe I should do mine, and then we can fucking compare them.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be it's gonna add to the clearly like the large inventory of positive shit going on in your life.
Yeah,
it's gonna be another notch in your belt.
Yeah,
another level of shield.
Cool.
So write it down, bro, and for everyone else there, and for anyone who does actually do it, like tell us if it made an effect in your life, or the people who do already set goals. How has it affected your life? Because I think the aim of the game is having some sort of structure. Yeah. I'm going to hold you accountable to that.
Okay, cool.
Before the next time we record, I want to see some goals.
Okay, cool. I'll try.
No, that's the goal.
All right. I just think about everything I have to do in the next 2 weeks.
2 months later. Hey, guys, welcome to Before You Jump. Sorry it's taking so long.
My September is fucking insane at the moment.
Bro, it'll take you 10 minutes while you're taking your shit. Just write some goals down.
Yeah, all right. I'll at least have them written. How's that?
Yeah, that's all I want.
Okay.
I'm going to hold you accountable.
I might not have the map, but I'll have it written. All right, before we go, if you've enjoyed this podcast, I'm going to start plugging this every time now. If you enjoyed this podcast, please find us on Instagram. No, we're not on Instagram. Please find us on TikTok, Facebook, or Twitter, and follow it. And
can I get the logins for those? I didn't even know we had half of those.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
Okay.
And then if you have really enjoyed this, in the description to this podcast is a link to buy us a cup of coffee, and that will help sponsor the podcast. And it's $2.
Really?
It doesn't actually buy us coffee. It doesn't actually
cool.
buy us coffee either. So if you're looking at it going, well, Dylan doesn't drink coffee.
And on top of that, can I just ask you, are you wearing a Before You Jump t-shirt?
I am, but it's only on the back.
Yeah,
and it's peeling.
Look at you guys. I want some merch. When do I get some merch?
I think what we need to do is set up a merch shop.
Oh, I just want to be feeling part of the team.
You've got Before You Jump shirts.
I got one. And the other one is the other one I made myself, which we gave to Gish.
No, that was my one you gave to Gish.
No, you were like, should we give him the shirt? I'm like, okay.
Because you're like, here, I got you this one, it's 2XL. I was like, give it to Gish.
No, yours was a 4XL.
Oh, was it? Oh, fuck.
That's why I was laughing, because Gish is about $1.05 soaking wet. And you put that's gonna be it's gonna be a 90. It's gonna snag in his fucking combi van.
Poncho, yeah.
Yeah, it's his new poncho.
Yeah, I bet it looks good in it though.
But and if you're feeling a bit lost in your life, write some goals, stick to them, and see how your life is at the end of reaching those goals.
And don't be afraid to fucking tell us what the goals are.
Yes.
Like, let's keep it all of us.
That's including you. So the next podcast, I look forward to hearing your goals, and we'll just hold each other accountable.
All right.
Cool.
Peace.